welcome to a Love Island Games recap, season 2, episode 9. Justine has unleashed the dragon. We're gonna talk about that in a minute. Let me start with Andrina and Johnny. We're picking it back up after KK and Chris have been dumped, and Andrina and Johnny are talking, and everyone's kind of debriefing on the night. And Johnny is trying to tell Andrina, like, I want you to maybe focus more on the games, that whole kind of thing. And she's just like, well, my game plan is just to have you have your game plan, and I'm kind of just here and basically sit here and be pretty, which as she should, because as I've said many times, she's a hot commodity. She knows this. The gamesmanship is not really there, and obviously Johnny is very much a competitor. We're starting to see little moments with them of, I feel like, and Johnny kind of says this as well in a VT and to the boys a little bit. He's basically just in it for right now, and waiting to see what maybe else can come in, and if anything, if you need to stick with her, so that way he can get through the rest of the show, win the money and whatever like that. But it's not gonna last. He says to the boys later, I feel like our conversations are very intellectually stimulating, and it's kind of it's. He didn't say boring. What did he say? He was just like they're dragging on or something like that, and whatnot. And he wants someone that's more 50-50 maybe in terms of the gamesmanship and stuff. We don't really know what's gonna happen there, but I don't, Even in the dressing room, Sydney was complimenting Andrea and how her and Johnny are you guys are so cute. I was grabbing on you and whatever. And Justine was no shade, but he's like that with everybody. And I don't even know this man, but I've seen him on a couple Love Islands at this point, and I can attest he's like that with everybody, because he's been like that with pretty much everyone we've seen him on Love Island, on Selly in season 2, in games with Courtney, with Jess, with the other girl who came in that he was runner up with. Yeah, Johnny is Johnny's Johnny. Sydney and Isaiah had an awkward chat. Kind of checking in, how's the fam? How's the family? And oh yeah, I'm living in a nice place now, whatever. Again, if you don't know the whole Sydney and Isaiah lore, which I obviously Love Island USA season 4 was 2022. I just stumbled upon a video of someone giving a recap of how they were in the season. That kind of helped me remind me of some of the things that I even forgot myself. But the lore for them goes crazy. I'm happy to see that they both seemingly kind of get it's closed. It's just chatting, let's see, whatever. Isaiah moves on to Lucinda, they kiss. Sydney moves on with Toby, they kiss. Remember, she's kissed Toby before. I'm not sure exactly when, but they had met before. So, whatever, they're kind of moving forward there. There's a recoupling, and it's kind of how they did on one of the, I think during Cast and More season 7, write the name of the person you want to couple up with. If they also write your name, then you're coupled up. Kind of people you expect to couple up with, couple up. Before all this, Justine talks to Josh about trying to get a check in where he's at. He's still getting to Andrea romantically, but him and Justine had a little moment, and they're good friends and they're good competitors, whatever. Justine's I'm happy with where I'm at. I'm not sure if Ty is serious about the games and that. They kiss and they kind of have a good conversation, and it seems maybe it could happen, but who knows? But Josh is a good competitor. Like I said, they're friends and whatever else is going on. So we got Garby and Kendall, Andrea and Johnny. And then Ty picks Justine, gives a nice little speech, whatever. Justine picks Josh though, and Josh picks Andrea. I'm not even surprised at that necessarily. So Justine and Ty are both on the subs bench. Justine goes to sit down next to Ty, and he moves aside, he's why are you sitting right next to me type thing. I don't want to be next to you. Other couples are Lucinda, Isaiah, Sydney, Toby, and Nicola and Marvin. Marvin, by the way, was Nicola, she deserves to win Love Island games. I'm huh? What? Where did that come from? And Justine and Ty get put together by default. The thing with Justine, I'm not necessarily mad at her for picking Josh, but I am kind of girl, you knew Josh. I don't know why you thought Josh was going to pick you, or it would have been if he would have picked you, it would have been a 10 to 5%, because he's still getting to know Andrea and that kind of romantic side there. Yeah, they had a conversation about it before, and we see them talking a little bit more about what's going on, but I feel that would have been a shot. That would have been a long shot in a sense. If Josh picked Justine just because of the Andrea romantic piece. Also, of course, the gamesmanship is there, but the romantic piece is strong, and they kissed again and the whole kind of thing. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. We're gonna talk about Justine and Ty a little bit at the end, but I need to talk about, well, actually, even before on the recoupling, all the couples are going on like yada yada. This person I want to couple up with because I think we can make it to the end together. Like we could win the show, we could be in the final, yada yada. I'm like, yo, you're putting a target on your back, talking about we could be a good team. The way I'd be still meek, like, you know, we're gonna fight as hard as we can. Like we'll see how it goes. Like, don't put a target on my back. Everyone's talking about rah rah. We can make it to the final. We could win the show. Shh, people are gonna come for you if you're like all this. Like, please relax. Also, another thing, I feel like this is the producers told her this, but Garby all of a sudden starts speaking Dutch in the middle of the recoupling with Kendall, and I'm like, wait. I was literally looking down for a second, and I'm hearing, and I look up, and I'm like, wait, what the hell? And they had subtitles on, but I'm like, Kendall doesn't know Dutch. He doesn't know what you're saying. Like, this is supposed to be a speech to Kendall. And then they're like, Garby, what you say? And she kind of like said a little bit of what she said, but I'm like, and I feel like it was the producer saying, like, let's remind them this is an international show. And, like, she sounds like she could be from Iowa. She's talking about she's watching American TV when she was young. Like, her accent is, she sounds like an American person you wouldn't even know. Is she Dutch or she's Belgium. She was Love Island, Belgium, Netherlands, but I think she was born in Netherlands, so whatever. But I was like, what the hell is this? Kendall doesn't know what the hell you're saying. No one does, but Kendall's the one you're supposed to be speaking to here. Anyway, whatever. I guess watch it in post, Kendall. I mean, when you get out of there, who knows? And every year on Love Island, every iteration of Love Island, pretty much, like there's few that haven't, they have that nasty ass baby bird challenge, whatever the hell they want to call it, that nasty challenge where it's let's swap liquid, let's swap food, let's swap whatever the hell in each other's mouths for a challenge. Now, why on God's green earth would this need to be something people need to be doing? I know everyone in there gets tested. I know everyone there, goes through the health checks and yada yada. But that is just the nastiest. I have never watched ever. When I see those challenges come, I literally turn the TV down. I didn't turn the TV down today. I should have done that. But I didn't watch. But I wanted to listen to it some, which was even so disgusting not seeing it, because I wanted to hear like who was going to be basically targeting other people. The challenge, this nasty challenge, it was like basically like swallow. I can't even describe it. But it was basically like put something in someone's bowl and like people were targeting certain people. I can't even talk about it because it's just disgusting. Why are they still doing this freaking nasty challenge? It's like ridiculous. Enough already. It's like literally kill me. It's I can't even describe. Anyways, Justine and Ty and Andrea and Josh, or excuse me, are going for Andrea and Josh. So are Sydney and Toby. It's causing some like little bit. Ooh, you're putting stuff in my bowl, whatever. Andrea and Johnny are going for Garby and Kendall. Garby and Kendall are going for Lucinda and Isaiah. Isaiah gets upset because like, why are you and Kendall and Garby and stuff going for our stuff? And Josh was like, I'm just trying to get myself out the bottom. Like, it's not even about you, whatever. I don't know, but like obviously like some people are starting to get tense because you're seeing maybe people who are targeting for you. You're starting to see some like alliances form and whatnot. We're gonna see who has like the most and who's gonna be vulnerable and who's gonna be the power couple probably tomorrow because they didn't show us. But that challenge, there's no reason for us to be doing. It's not even enjoyable. I need to talk about this because I've been watching Love Island for years, and like I said, that challenge has been on Love Island, on so many different iterations of Love Island. Like it's almost every season of whether it's Love Island normal, if it's All Stars games, they always have a challenge like that, like 8 times out of 10, and it's disgusting. It's unhygienic. It literally makes you want to vomit. The contestants are vomiting, let alone. Even hearing it, I can't even describe to you what it was because it's so disgusting. I don't know who has some sick idea of that this is a fun time and maybe you don't have... stop it. Stop. Oh! Okay, now let me talk about quickly Justine and Ty, the situation, her unleashing the dragon. So obviously Ty is feeling upset about basically like picking Justine and being the one person not picked back, and like damn, like that's a hit. Right away I was thinking about in his season of Love Island with Ella, when Ella brought back what was the guy's name, Scottish guy with the dreads in the face. When she brought him back, I cast him more and he was like so upset, like he liked her a lot, but he was like, I'm not gonna be the one done here, like I'm pissed. And obviously eventually they got back together, but he's feeling upset because like him and Justine are just trying to get something and he wanted to be with her, whatever, but she's picking Josh, and they end up with each other by default. So he's feeling away, he's in his feels, whatever, and he's, again, like, I don't want to be the one who gets done here. He's talking to Toby, at the end of the show, and Justine's talking to Josh, like wondering like why I thought you were gonna, you said you were at whatever. Again, I don't know why Justine thought that was gonna be it. I don't. Again, it was like for me like a 10% chance at best that it was gonna happen that way. But Ty's talking to Toby, and Toby's his good mate, and they they grew up together, like so they you can trust him. And he's like, I'm trying to figure out if I should just be savage, but like this is like this is games piece of it as well. Me on the outside, I'd just be like, whatever. But I'm wondering, I'm thinking about like just opening up, doing the like lovey-dovey thing, and then someone else comes in and like kick Justine to the curb. And he's like, should I be savage or should I like be mature? And he's like, karma's a bitch, all this kind of stuff. And it's like, oh my lord, what's gonna happen? We have 2 new bombshells coming in, so I don't know. I don't even know who it is. If people speculate who it is, I didn't really look on Twitter or anything like that. But essentially, we're going to see what happens with Ty and Justine. Like I said, the dragon has been unleashed. He's been done now. He feels, in a sense, so he's feeling away. And, I mean, people who don't know Tyreek, we already said, like, this guy, he brings something to the show, and we're going to just see what happens. We're going to see what happens. But decent episode today, other than that nasty challenge. I really am upset about that challenge. I'm not sure if you guys... I don't know anyone who would enjoy watching that. And like I said, I literally don't watch that challenge. I turn the TV down or just I just never look. I just can never look. It's just disgusting. I even before skipped it altogether, but today I just listened to it so I could hear what was going on in terms of who's going for who. But get rid of that challenge. It's put it in the bin. It's just disgusting. All right, another episode tomorrow. That's it for me.